So I'm making this video for my students that are trying to learn how to play Riven. So Riven is a champion that is very unique because all of her, basically her entire playstyle revolves around her ability to combo properly. And with that being said, it's very crucial for you to learn not only how to do her combos, but what her combos are, when to do them, etc., etc. So in this video, we're going to be taking a look at six very generic, very basic combos that I deem are the most important to learn when you're first learning Riven. Let me just turn off the minions really fast here. And these combos should help you get a very entry level understanding of of basically how Riven's kit works, because all of her trading, all of her all-inning, her roaming, just moving around the map, anything revolves around her combos. And so we're just going to be talking about only six of them. And maybe in future videos we'll be talking about more of them and the variations you can do. But for now we're just going to be looking at six. Okay, so the first combo that we're going to do is the double cast. Okay, let me just level myself up. Now the double cast, so the double cast looks something like this. Okay, as you can see, it's called double cast because it uses your WQ at the same exact time. Okay, if I don't double cast, it looks like this. Okay, you see how there's a delay when you W, because you're spending time doing the animation of the W when you just press W and Q together, right? It also takes longer because you have to sit through the animation. Whereas if you just do something like that, you're essentially not seeing the animation of the W because it's the animation's canceled. That's where animation canceling comes from, and it's just one fluid motion, as you can see. So the way that you do this is you have to E and then wait about half a second, and then press W and Q at the same time. Okay. So once again, we press E, wait half a second, and then WQ. I'm essentially rolling my I'm pressing as soon as I press W, I press Q. So I'm kind of like making this rolling motion with my my pinky finger and my ring finger after I press E and wait about half a second. So they're basically one. They're not at the same time. It's one then straight after one the other. And with this combo, so it's actually you're never really going to be doing that combo because you're missing an auto attack. The most efficient form of this combo is getting an auto attack before W and Qing. So instead of waiting the half a second, you can actually E an auto attack and then WQ immediately, and that way that will help with understanding the timing of the auto, or I'm sorry, of when you should WQ. And also it's the most efficient because instead of just waiting a half a second, you can get an auto in and then WQ. So this combo, you never want to trade with this combo because as you can see, if I do this combo, I'm essentially wasting my shield because I'm stunning my target at the same time, and this wastes my shield because they can't do damage to me while they're stunned. So my shield is basically negated. So when I do this combo, I essentially, my shield is basically, the only thing I get on my shield is a dash, which is not good in trades. Okay, I want to get the full extent of my shield. I also can't disengage because I'm using 2 of my dashes out of my 4. And another thing is I can't fast combo, and we'll talk about what the fast combo is after this combo. But I can't fast combo. So this combo you do not want to use to trade. You want to use this combo when you are trying to execute your opponent, when they have a small sliver of HP and you want to finish them off, or when you are super fed and you can just one-shot people late game. So if you're sitting in the bush and you see like a Sona, she's like 4 levels below you. You have lethality damage items. You can just eat her HP bar. You want to do the combo then. It's very, very clean, very smooth. It procs electrocute if you have it, and that's the combo you want to do to just one-shot some. And then in lane, so another variation with this combo is if you're in lane, okay, you're not like walking up to your opponent. Like if they're really low and you just walk up to your opponent, they're gonna run away. So if you're in about like in this distance, you can actually E flash and then auto WQ, and it looks something like this. So I E flash auto WQ. right? And this you'll see this a lot in Adrian Riven's gameplay. He does there's actually a clip of him. You should check it out on his channel. He does this to Bajorkson, and he one shots Bajorkson on his Echo, and it's very clean. It's also to people that don't play Riven, they're not expecting this. They don't really know this combo, and you can catch a lot of people off guard with this. And it's just a combo you want to do to execute people. It's the most efficient. It's a lot more efficient than, I don't know, doing something like flash auto WQ. That's really slow. It's very clunky. They have an opportunity to flash, whereas doing the E flash auto WQ. I didn't wrong, but you get the idea. That's a lot faster. That's a lot better. Okay, so the next combo we're gonna look at is her fast combo. Okay, so there's two ways you can do this. So the first way is this is the most standard, is when you auto first and then go into it, or the second way is when you Q first and then go into it. Okay, so in both ways, the way it works is you auto Q and then like click away. Okay, you auto Q. We'll just say move command. You auto Q and then move command away. Okay, so it looks something like this. So I want to auto Q move command. So as soon as I press Q, I basically click away, and this just speeds up her animation. Okay, so as you can see, I auto Q click away, auto Q click away, auto Q click away, right? And this is a lot faster as opposed to auto Q, auto Q, auto Q, right? And the most important thing with this combo is, one, you want to keep your cursor on the enemy, on the champion or the target when you're pressing Q, because if you press Q when you don't have your cursor over them, you go through your target like this. You see that? My cursor once again is not on my target, and let me just reset it. My cursor is not on my target, and I go through them like that, right? But if my cursor is on them, it keeps me stationary, right? So you wanna that's the first thing. You wanna keep your cursor on your target. The second thing is you don't wanna go for speed when you're first learning. Speed will come with practice. Speed will come with time. I've had a lot of experience on Riven. I've had a lot of opportunities to practice this combo. It's definitely not about speed. The most important thing is to make sure you don't cancel autos, because doing this very slowly is going to be all superior to trying to do it fast and then canceling auto. Okay. Another thing is, like I said, it's gonna don't worry about if it's slow. Just make sure that you're doing it properly. Make sure you're doing it correctly, because it's, like I said, speed will come within time. Okay. The next combo we're gonna look at is her EW. Okay. This combo you want to use to escape. So, like with her double cast, you don't want to sit through the animation of the W. As you can see, Riven does this. Use this animation of her lifting up her sword, and if you're walking, you pause, do the W, and it's slow, it's clunky. Whereas, and also with that, if you are trying to escape someone and you want to WE, well, you're trying to run away, you W, you pause, and then you press E. It's really slow, it's really clunky. I'll do it fast. As you can see, there's that time where I'm just stationary and paused. And you can prevent this by pressing EW. So basically, I'm similar to how the double cast with where I roll my W and Q, my ring finger and my Q, or my pinky. You're going to be doing this with the EW, so your middle finger and your ring finger. I'm kind of once again I'm kind of rolling my fingers like a wave, one after the other, EW at the same time, right? It's not at the same time technically. It's almost the same time. And as you can see, I essentially cancel the animation of my W. If I'm walking, I'm doing it. I don't even pause at all. I just keep. It's almost like I'm not even Wing. It looks like I'm not even W, right? Because there's no animation. And you want to do this when you're running away, when someone's chasing after you. You can EW. If there's like an awkward gap where you can't quite W or your W doesn't hit them, you can even walk back a little bit. All right, I wasn't in range. It would be something like you can walk back a little bit. So if I'm right here, I obviously can't W. I'd walk back a little bit and then EW like that, right? Or if they're just chasing you, you just EW away. You can also do this if you're trying to catch up to someone. You can EW like that and get in front of them like that. It's a lot, like I said, it's a lot more efficient than W and then E, right? And with that being said, another thing you can do is if you're against a ranged match, or if you're even low, or you're against a ranged matchup, and you're going for CS, instead of once again W and then E, you can walk to the CS and EW. And that way, it gets you to safety faster. And if they auto you or Q you, or whatever, you have the shield up faster than if you just did that. Okay, so the fourth combo that we're going to look at is essentially what you want to do all game long. Okay, so and this is only when you have 40% CDR. So when you have 40% CDR, let me just get that really fast. I'll add a bunch of gold, buy CDR items. When you have 40% CDR, get that's 40%. So the way her Q works is when you use her Q, the cooldown starts, let me take that off. When you use her Q, the cooldown starts to refresh the second you use your first Q. Okay, so what we can do is we can Q, wait 4 seconds, Q, wait 4 seconds again, and then third Q, and by that time your Q's already up. So when we're hanging around and this is like mid-ish late game, even when you're walking around the map, you can just start doing this, and if you encounter an enemy in the bush, let's say or I see someone right here, I have my third Q, and then my Q immediately comes up, and that just helps with DPS. Another thing is if you're right before a fight, doing this is nice because you can engage off of your third Q, which we're going to talk about that. But for now, we're going to focus on this combo. So with that, another thing you want to do is with this combo is when you have 40% CDR, you're allowed to when you're walking around the map, just do this. But you don't even have to have CDR 40% CDR when you're doing this. So off of recalls, you want to get to lane as fast as you can. Okay. So with the principle of when you use your Q, the cooldown starts to refresh. So when you Q, you don't want to spam out your Qs like that when you're trying to get to lane. You want to use your first Q and then E immediately, so you get your E cooldown refreshing as well. So let's say I just recalled. Okay, so I just got to base. Okay, I want to walk up to base, buy my items, to the edge here, buy my items, and then when I'm ready, I Q E immediately, so I get both cooldowns refreshing. Q again, and then Q again over the inhibitor. As you can see, I get extra distance because I jump over the inhibitor. Okay, and then I keep walking to lane. And then what's going to happen is my Q's going to be up again, and then I'm going to do the same thing over this tower because I get extra distance queuing over the tower than I would if I just queued away from the tower. Also, it's this path going through the tower is more direct than going around the tower, so it gets you to lane faster. And then when I'm running around, same thing. I want to QE and then wait 4 seconds, Q again, and then wait another 4 seconds, and then Q again, rather than spamming it all out. Okay, so the fifth combo we're gonna look at is I combined both combos. I forgot. I wanted to do this separate, but that was supposed to be the fifth combo, but that's it. And then the last combo I want to teach is one of her most basic engage combos. Okay, and it kind of combines many of the combos that we talked about earlier. So the first concept that we're gonna take is the Q spam, where you Q once, wait 4 seconds, Q again, wait 4 seconds, and then I don't even have ult. Oh wait, oops. There we go. Okay. Yeah. So you Q once, wait 4 seconds, Q again, wait 4 seconds, and then you ER flash, third Q stun, auto R. Okay, there's a lot to take in. Let's break it down. So we have, we have the third Q. So this is a mini animation cancel. I didn't even mean to include this, but I forgot that ER is another Oh, I don't have it. ER is another animation combo, just like how EW works. It's essentially the same thing as EW, where it kind of just ignores the animation of her R, right? Whereas when you use her R, it pauses you like it does with the W, right? And ER cancels that. Okay, so we press Q once, press Q again, and then ER flash third Q stun auto R. Right, and this is a good combo to do if you're fed, or if they're low HP, and they're all grouped up. You see this? If you're waiting in a team fight like this, you press your Qs like this, and then you see an opening ER flash third Q R. Getting the autos nicest, but sometimes just pressing R is all you need. Yeah, I think that's about it. She has so many different combos. These are not the only combos she has. This is just a very generic, very basic entry level introduction to her combos. I'm probably going to make more videos on her combos and all the different variations. Because another thing that you have to understand about Riven is not like I taught you that she has EWQ, and then she has the E auto WQ, right? and then she has the E flash auto WQ. I did that wrong, but you get the idea. And then you can also get a Tiamat, and then you can include Tiamat in there. And that's the same thing with all the combos I taught you. There's always variations. Another variation of the fast combo would be, doing the ER auto Q, auto Q, auto Q. That's another variation, and we'll get more into that in future videos. But just for now, that's a very generic, very basic. I want you to understand. And with that, every time you see when you're watching VODs, like you should be, of Adrian Riven play and whatnot, you should look for the different combos they do, how they did it, and what they did to do it. Because it's not only just what they pressed, it's the timing, it's the animation cancel, it's the why they did it. And hopefully from this video, like I said, these are just the very generic forms of these combos. There's a lot of different other things Riven can do that we'll probably talk about later. But for now, I hope this video helps, and I hope that this will make learning Riven easier, because she's very complicated, very fun champion. That's why she's so unique and so hard to play. But anyway, that's it. Thank you.